Turning now back to the campaign trail, the other side, by the way. Of course, all eyes on New Hampshire. President Biden, though, Vice President Kamala Harris are doing their first joint public rally of the re-election campaign, not in New Hampshire, instead in suburban Virginia, just a little while ago. And they brought abortion rights front and center in a preview of what the race for the White House could potentially look like.
Trump says he's proud that he overturned Roe v. Wade. He said, and I quote, "There has to be punishment for the women exercising their reproductive freedom." He describes the Dobbs decision as a miracle, but for American women, it's a nightmare.
Joining us now, Congresswoman Jennifer McClellan, a Democrat from Virginia and a supporter of President Biden. Congresswoman, thanks for being here with us on the Hill. Appreciate the time. So we've seen the leader of your party make abortion front and center. But when you look, Decision Desk HQ polling, what is the most important issue when deciding who to vote for in 2024? Economy, 40%, immigration, 7%, abortion, 8%. Is this going to be the centerpiece of the Democratic campaign?
It's going to be a major centerpiece of the Democratic campaign because reproductive freedom and democracy are both on the ballot and they are connected. And the president made perfectly clear that both of those issues are on the ballot today and that only one ticket, and that is Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, are fighting to protect our democracy and fighting to protect reproductive freedom. And just like in Virginia, Ohio, and Kansas, voters came out to protect reproductive freedom, they're going to do so nationwide.
I hear you on the results, Congresswoman, and those are indisputable. No matter what you think about abortion, we have seen how it's played in elections. But I think you would also agree, and you know the famous political line, it's the economy, stupid, end quote. And so I wonder if you think at the end of the day this is going to be an election, whoever crosses the finish line, about abortion or the economy?
It'll probably be a bit of both, but economic opportunity is critically important aspect of reproductive freedom. They are connected as well. And I think it is important to understand that while we also campaign on the economy, we are campaigning on making sure that we protect reproductive freedom, and the women of this country are angry. I am angry that I'm the first generation of my family to lose a constitutional right because of Donald Trump. I am angry that my daughter will have fewer rights when she reaches reproductive age than I did when she was born, and the women of this country are going to vote accordingly.
Donald Trump, you mentioned his name. President Biden the other day put out a video. You've seen it, I've seen it, a lot of folks have seen it, in which he mistook Nikki Haley for Nancy Pelosi. And it came from President Biden himself, this video right here. Watch, and I'll get your reaction on the other side.
He's going on and on mentioning me multiple times as to why I didn't handle January 6th better.
Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people. They don't want to talk about that.
I wasn't in office then. They're saying he got confused.
Congresswoman, you know, you've seen the polls. President Biden has a problem he can't change, which is his age and how voters think about him. I'm wondering if you think that trying to flip the issue and try to point out Trump's age and things that he said, is that really a winning tactic?
Well, in that video you just showed, it was Nikki Haley who was talking about Trump's.
But the president reposted it. It came from his account.
Right. Well, I think the point is not just about the age. The point is about cognitive ability. The point is about your mental acuity, and the president has shown that he has all of his faculties, and he is highlighting what people are trying to say. The president doesn't have the mental acuity to continue to be president, but he does. It's questionable whether the former president does.
All right, got to leave it there. Congresswoman McClellan, thanks for being here on the Hill. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.